let's talk about this thing called the quadratic equation. So this is going to be the last way that we learn how to solve these, and this is a helpful one. And what's probably going to happen here is you're going to wonder why I didn't teach you this to begin with. So because it's probably going to be the one you end up using the most often. But let's kind of go through it. Later, actually, next chapter, what we'll do is we'll actually derive how this equation exists or how it came into being. But until then, we're just going to kind of use it and get used to it, and then we'll talk about, we'll kind of go backwards. We'll use it, and then we'll figure out why it works and what it does. Okay? So let's first talk about what it is. All right? First, when you have a quadratic, okay, it's something like ax squared plus bx plus c, you have to set it equal to 0. And once you do that, what you'll find is the solutions here is this crazy thing here, okay? And what happens is you get, it's negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a, okay? If you have a hard time remembering it, don't worry, I'll put it on the test for you. I don't expect you to memorize it, although if you feel like memorizing it, and are having a little bit of trouble with it, there are plenty of songs out there. So if you just even do like the quadratic equation song, you'll find some that people come up with, and some of them are pretty clever and pretty funny. So go ahead, check it out. But let's look at it. Okay, what we're going to do is you're going to take negative b. So this is b. You take the opposite. All right, and we're going to add. We're going to do plus or minus, and we're going to take the square root. Okay, and we're going to take b squared. Okay, b squared minus 4ac. All right, 4, okay, we're going to take b and square it, and we're going to subtract 4 times whatever a is, times whatever c is, and then we're going to divide it by whatever 2 times a, and then we're going to calculate it, and that's going to give us x, okay? So that'll give us x. Let's go ahead, let's try it, okay? Oh, well, first, this is a page out of the book. I don't remember exactly what page it is, but these are all the different ways that we've learned how to solve the quadratic equation, okay? We can factor it, right? That was the last chapter. We can graph them. We can use square roots. We can complete the square. And then finally, we're going to use quadratic formula, okay? And again, this, if you'll notice on here when you read this, it works for anything, right? Completing the square works for anything, and quadratic formula works for anything. So, all right, well, let's try this. Well, you know what? Before we do that, I want to go back, and I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to copy this because I don't want to have to rewrite it over and over and over again. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go ahead. And what I did here is I just threw up, these are random number generators, and I just want to show you how, I didn't even set this up, okay? I'm just going to click on these, and let's just find out how this works. As long as none of them are 0, we'll be fine. Okay, here we go. 4x squared minus 3x minus 5, okay? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to identify a, b, and c here, okay? So first, a is going to be 4. It's going to be positive 4. B, I've got negative 3. And then C, I've got negative 5. All right. Now, the quadratic formula is, it states that we have, all right, x is equal to, I'm going to shorten this down. Oh, that doesn't work. Let's not do that. I'm going to at least move it over here, okay? It's x is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to plug it in. So we're going to take x, and I'm going to say negative b, negative 3, plus or minus, okay, let's see, the square root of b squared, so negative 3 squared. Now, negative 3, anytime I square a number, it's going to be positive, so I'm just going to take 3 squared, okay, minus 4 times a, 4 times c, negative 5, okay, and then this is all going to be over 2 times 4. Whew. Okay, let's simplify. So we're going to get x is equal to negative 3 is 3 plus or minus the square root of 9. Let's see, negative times negative, that's going to be plus. So let's do this. Let's do 4 times 5 is 20. 20 times 4 is 80. So we have plus 80 all over 8. Okay, so then x is equal to 3 plus or minus the square root of 89 over 8. Okay, now I'm going to grab all this. I'm going to move it on. Oh, whoops, sorry. I'm going to grab this. I'm going to move it over here. Okay, and let's do this. We'll rewrite it. X is equal to 3 plus or minus the square root of 89. Okay, and this is all, oops, what I should have done here is, and this whole thing is over 8. All right, now I'm going to use a calculator. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say, and I just did online calculator. I just put in a search on Google, and this is what I got. Okay, so I didn't like the calculator that's built in the program, so we'll try this one. Okay, so let's do this. We're going to do parentheses here. So I'm going to start with the parentheses. I'm going to 3, and I'm going to say plus, and then we'll do the square root of 89. Okay, and then we're going to unsquare root. Well, here, let me show you. It's starting to show me up at the top there too. Okay, so square root of 89, and then we're going to end those parentheses, and then we're going to divide that by 8. Okay, and let's see. It's actually showing me some more up here. There we go. I'm missing a little bit here. Drag this down. No, it looks good. Okay. Now let's think about this. This is going to be, let's say it's about 9, right? 81, 9, a little over 9. 9 plus 3 is 12, so 12 divided by 8, that's about 1.5. So we should get about 1.5 here, okay? So let's see what happens. 1.55. All right, looks good. So I'm going to say x is equal to 1.55, okay? Or x is going to be equal to, and let's bring that calculator back again, okay? Drag it up here so I can grab it again. So now what I'm going to do is, let's see, I've never used this one, so let's see. I think what I can, oh nice, I'm going to go in, I'm going to edit it, and all I'm going to do here is I'm going to put in, we'll just say negative square, nope, that doesn't work. No, I don't want to do that. Well, I guess I'll just do the whole thing again. 3, and then we'll do minus the square root of 89. Okay, close that parentheses. And let's see, can I type in here? Yep, I can. So what I did there is I accidentally, I forgot parentheses, okay? Because my order of operations, I need to do this whole thing first and then divide by 8. All right, and then let's see, this again was about 9, so 3 minus 9, negative 6. Negative 6 divided by 8 should be around negative 0.75. So let's try that. Negative 0.8. Okay, and those are my two solutions. There you have it. That's it. Okay, quadratic equation. So let's go ahead. We'll try one more here. Let me clear all that. We'll leave the quadratic formula there for us. Okay, and then let's just go ahead and randomly generate some more. As long as they're not 0, we'll go ahead and use those. So we got 4, 5, and 5. Let's see, we had 5 before. Let's try something else here. So we get 2, and we get, let's try something else. Make it a little more interesting. All right, well, we got 2 again, so we'll just leave it. So A is 2, B is negative 2, and C is negative 5. So why don't you go ahead, you try solving it using the quadratic equation. Pause the video and try it now. Okay, let's try this. I don't know what happened to my square root symbol here. No, I don't know what's going on. It should have a line all the way across it, so we'll just put it in there. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. All right, so we got x is equal to negative, b is negative 2, plus or minus the square root of, now b, this is going to be negative 2 squared, so I'm just going to say 2 squared, minus 4 times a is 2. And then c is negative 5. And then this whole thing is divided by 2 times a, which is 2 times 2. Okay, so then we do x is equal to 2 plus or minus the square root of 4 plus, let's see, 10, 40, all over 4. Okay, so let's bring this up here, and we'll say x is equal to 2 plus or minus the square root of 44 over 4. So let's see, x is equal to, let's go ahead and bring up the calculator, and we'll clear that, and we'll say, okay, put in parentheses, 2 plus the square root of 44, close those parentheses, okay, close parentheses again, and we'll divide by 4. Okay, so let's see, this is about, let's see, 44. Let's see, that's going to be about a little less than 7. So 2 plus 7 is 9. 9 divided by 4 should be about 2.2 or so. 2.16. 2.16. Okay, and then let's do it again. Okay, I'm going to bring up the calculator. Let me see if I can. Let's see, maybe we can make this. Let's see, highlight that, and I'm going to make it a subtract sign. Oh, nice, perfect. Okay, now we can subtract it. And I'll just hit enter. And we get negative 1.16. Negative 1.16. There you go. That's it. That's all you got to worry about. Okay. Here's your problems. There you go. Make sure you bring any questions. Go ahead, try it out. Bring your questions to class tomorrow. Make sure you bring calculators. These are impossible to do without calculators. So bring calculators, and good luck.